All right. Happy Friday. Hi, Alex. How are you?
Happy Friday, everybody. I am very good. How are you, Carlos?
Yeah, good, good, good. Welcome, guys, to another edition of the Leading Host, which is practical strategies to save yourself time and thrive in business and in life, and make sure that you don't become a slave of your own business.
Yeah, making
And
sure that you're not wasting time or money or effort because, I mean, we hate waste in any
yeah,
form.
yeah. So all right. So today we've had some new ideas coming up from 2023, and so the reason we are doing that, and I think the biggest why that we both have is, we're both engineers. We both have been working in corporate. We both have started our own businesses. We both reached a point where it wasn't the business wasn't making the cut anymore. It wasn't fun, and we had to shift. So for Alex, I think for you it was Automations Maverick. For me was the Iconic CEO or the Iconic Business Hub. And the reason we decided to work together is because our values aligned so much, and the value that we were trying to bring to the market was the same, which basically is, build a business, but don't forget that you need to build a life. And
Hmm.
usually we get caught up into making more and putting in more time, and you become a slave of your own creation instead of becoming a CEO of your own life.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I saw a post that you posted yesterday. By the way, we got Simon Davis watching. Hi,
Hey,
Simon.
Simon.
Thanks for jumping on. And yeah, I saw something that you wrote yesterday. It was very interesting, and I would really like to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, thanks so much. So recently, somebody's spamming us, by the way, with comments. Recently, actually, this week, I shifted my offers. I had a revelation, and this is the reason why we are talking. We're going to be talking a little bit about time today. I hope we're still on because I just got information that some
We
people
are,
are.
we are.
Okay, cool. And so I decided to shift into creating automations for people who want to be more Zen. Because actually, I've been doing a lot of personal development on myself, and really Zen. Interestingly, I ran into some books about Zen just by complete accident. I went into one of those coffee shops that are also a bookstore, and I wanted coffee, and there were these books about Zen a few months ago, and I just got two of them out of the blue, and I realized that philosophy really works for me, and it's very much connected to time with me. So I shifted my offers this week, and the website is almost ready with those new offers into helping busy entrepreneurs be more Zen, have like one day off a week. If you could have one day off a week instead of working 5 days a week, which I hope you are, not seven, working 4 days a week, I mean, this is just mind blowing for me and something that I really, really care about giving to people because time is so freaking precious. And both me and Carlos, we know this. I mean, we changed our
Yeah,
careers twice already because we didn't want to, waste time doing something that we are not in love, and we're constantly building this thing that is going to give us the lifestyle and the happiness that we planned
totally,
for. So I'm super
totally. I mean,
excited about this, everything revolving around time in my offers.
yeah. The thing is that you see online, everyone's selling you like $10,000 a month, six figures, seven figures, make more money, enroll more clients. And it's a good approach because everyone understands making more money is what they want, but at some point money doesn't make the cut, and sometimes making more money comes, at the expense of your own health, of your own relationships, and the next level. Not all the time it means more money, and I think that we are globally, and there is a little bit of social awareness. There's a rise on the social awareness that we need to live our lives in a different way, and it's not about the hustle culture and work and wake up at 4 and work until 12 at night. So how we can have it all, because I always believe that whatever you want, you can have it. If you ask the right questions, you'll find the right answers. And I
Hmm.
think we all have been hustling hard to find a way to have a business that you don't need to hustle 24/7 to support the lifestyle that you want.
Yeah, I actually refuse that. And I have a story with burnout. So when I was working in the corporate world, I was at a point I was managing, well, leading a team of 70 people in a flat structure, which was absolutely crazy. And I was also, for some insane reason, a vice president of a canine search and rescue organization, working 30 hours a week on that. And I also entered a toxic relationship, and I experienced burnout, actually sickness. So just one Monday morning,
But
I just woke up and it was 2 p.m. and I didn't care about anything anymore. It just, my brain started to have these memory blackouts, and the next day I was diagnosed with depression and I couldn't work for 18 months. I was
wow.
totally overgiving, overworking myself. And then, from day one to day two, I realized I can't do my job. I was so terrified. I tried to go back to work a couple times, but all my self confidence was totally, absolutely shattered. And I thought, how was I even doing this work anymore? I had no idea how to do that. So that
Yeah.
health aspect and the well being aspect is so important for people. And um, it just makes me so happy that with these new offers, I will be able to help people work on that and just share my experiences, which I've learned a lot from,
Yeah,
um,
totally.
as well as giving them the additional
Yeah.
value.
Yeah. Look, there's one thing what got me burnouts in the entrepreneurial journey. There's a lot of masterminds and coaching groups and coaching programs that are great. They generate results, but a lot of people are getting really burned out because they go through, like, to succeed, you have to send 100 messages a day. You have to send connection requests, spam people's inboxes, and hustle, and all they do is like you work hard, never settle, more, make more money, and
Hmm.
a lot of people are stepping out and thinking, "Wow, that can't be it. There must be something else." And so yeah, and there is different ways. So you're excited about your offer, and I think you got something really cool going on, which is like when as a business owner, when you start, like if you don't have a lot of investment, a lot of money or budget to invest, you you need to put in your time, which is fine, but always thinking that there's going to be next stages where you should be already thinking and planning and buying your time back. So I think it's cool because what you're doing is you're helping these people getting this time back, and we've come up with ideas to solve, not to solve all the problems, but at least to give the tools that whatever we are in your business starting up, you're gonna need the tools to make your life easier, and you're gonna put your time to learn how they work. When you grow a little bit more, you'll still need these tools, but maybe with a little bit more functionality, and you'll be able to get like a couple of VAs to help you sort these things out. And at a higher stage, when you're already making money, what you want is to be able to grow your business without sacrificing your time and then getting your time back. And and it comes through automating and outsourcing things. And a lot of people are when you say the word automation, people go, "Oh, don't say that." And
I gotta have
and
a drink now. Yeah.
I think there's a big misconception about automation, like because social media platforms usually don't allow for a lot of automation, or you can get restricted. But there's a lot of things that you can automate outside of the platform in your business. And you were mentioning in your post about onboarding, scheduling calls, having a CRM, tracking the progress of your clients, nurturing relationships with your prospects. So tell me more.
I mean, yeah, there's just so many things, and the way I work with clients is you tell me what it is that you want to achieve and what's in the way, and I find a solution, and that comes with technology. And it's not always exactly automations. It's just all kind of things basically. But I've noticed that people come to me for advice on strategy and helping them figure out even the processes. So a lot of times we don't even know the process which we should be using. So I designed that for you. Then when we have that, we can use the tool and go. The Iconic Business Hub is an amazing tool for that, because the automations in there are freaking insane. I mean, they won't do 100% of what you want to do in business, but I'm pretty sure they will do like 90% of the stuff that you want to automate. You can do it via that software, which is
Yeah.
pretty brilliant. And it's just, I realize it just can take so much time to even sit down to it, to learn the tool, to figure out the process, etc. Oftentimes we need a different perspective because we have blind
Yeah.
spots and we are not seeing. People are unable to design, figure out what is my process here. They don't see it. I'm like, well, you do have a
Yeah.
process here. There you go. It's simple. And it's just gives you so much clarity even before we automate it. Oh yeah, that's what it is. And then you can
Yeah.
optimize. It's just fantastic. But I wanted to add one thing to the thing that you were saying before about time, and that I think is really important. Like sending 100 messages, that thing, that kind of coaching, that kind of approach to business, which is just hustle. And it's just like, when I see that, I get physically contracted, like my lungs are shrinking. I cannot
Oh,
breathe. It's just like, no. And
yeah.
here's the thing. When you have time, when you have that headspace, you are more zen, you are more peaceful, because things are being handled by automations or people, or both, most likely, that you can trust in the business. That is when you attract better clients who
Mm,
are looking for that
yeah.
kind of quality, who are looking for
Totally.
that peace as well. They are looking for something more than just making a quick buck and then getting burned out. So like, that's a way, having that time, that
Yeah.
headspace helps you
Yeah.
attract other people.
Yeah, that's so true. Some people believe that you need to push and control everything to be able to make more. And when you flow and when you let go and you understand who you are, what you do, and you put out the right energy into your business, you attract the right people. And I want to add something more to that, because this week I sent an email, an automated email, by the way. And it was talking about a software that it would have conversations and pre-qualify clients for you on autopilot, and it's true. And I had a lot of people reaching out and say, "Hey, I really want to know more," and I had to turn down about 50% of the requests, because I could see their business. I would know who they were. I would understand what the business, what the kind of business they had, and I would see immediately that the business is not ready. Now,
Mm.
it doesn't matter what is you run. If you have a solid foundation, a clear process, and a clear understanding of the dynamics of your product and your market and your audience, it doesn't matter how many automations you put in there. It's like these new coaches or new entrepreneurs that they don't have a solid offer. They don't have any clients, and they want to start running ads. Like,
They
no,
don't have the mindset either. Yeah, that's a big thing.
people don't really understand that you cannot put petrol to a broken car. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much petrol you put in there. It's not gonna run. You need to have like a foundation, right? And then automate things. So this is why, it's good. If someone comes to you to automate a business, the first thing they need to understand is what business are they running, and what are the moving pieces inside the business. And once the pieces are working fine, then you can streamline and automate the whole process. So what
Yeah,
is
and
is
even
super important.
multiple businesses, like serial entrepreneurs, they have so many things going on, and um, they work with just a variety of programs, for instance, and it's not streamlined. I've worked with people like this. Somehow they manage everything, but they may be relying, for instance, on hiring a lot of people they're often not very happy with the work that they are doing. They're kind of keeping the business afloat, but then it just takes me a couple seconds to see that this person is not really maybe doing their job excellently, because maybe they don't
Uh,
understand something. There is no clear
yeah,
process, or they are burdened with tasks that are not fun, and that's just going to kill all the joy in them.
yeah,
So yeah,
Yeah.
there's many like little pieces that come together, and I love to take a look at all the pieces in whatever it is that you're doing, and help you figure out how to make them flow, how to get into the flow. I love
Okay.
that you use the word flow, because that's a great
Yeah,
word.
that's the fun bit, right? Like looking, you need to have a clear system and process before you start delegating or automating. And as I see a lot of people, I had to fire this client who came to me, and he was like paying for 3 full-time VAs that were doing nothing. And it took me 2 days to see that he was throwing money out the window because he didn't understand his business. And he was hiring people hoping that these people would understand what they do, but he was the leader and he was not leading. He was just telling people, hey, please let me know what you do. And no one would, like, people were getting paid. They had like low values, and I don't know, like I would never do that to anyone, but if you work for a business and you don't know what you do, you should step up and say, hey, look, I don't really know what I'm doing. But if you as a business owner don't understand your process and haven't done the things yourself first, it's going to be very difficult to outsource or automate anything. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, out there, a lot of people that wanna build a house through starting through starting in the roof, and then you need to have a foundation before you get all these things done. So yeah, the fun bit is putting all these pieces together
yeah,
before you start
yeah.
turning
That's the fun part. I think the foundation, the big foundation is, learning how to attract clients. So what you were saying, knowing who your ideal client is and having that offer nailed down. I often help, my clients with that, but then still, it's a long way for them, because you got to test your offer. You got to see how
Mhm.
market will respond to you, right? So,
Yeah,
but once you are attracting those clients, then we have something. We have something to mold. We have something to shape. We can then
yeah,
optimize it. We can then take a look at that and see. Usually 20% of our actions bring us 80% of results, right? So take a look at
yeah,
that. Cut off whatever is unnecessary, automate the rest, and get that peace of mind, and get that
yeah.
streamlined business.
Yes, absolutely. So for anyone who's watching here, like you guys, by the way, let us know where you're watching from. Type it in the comments. If you're watching live, please type live so we can get back to you later on. But there's gonna be different people watching this, and some people might hear the word automation and might think, oh, it's only for the cool kids or the people who are making a lot of money. And some other people will say, oh, you're gonna get banned, or like social media will not allow you to do that. So depending on what stage of your business you are, you always need to be looking at working smarter, not harder. And automations or systems or processes or SOPs, it's something that you can start implementing from the first day that you work. You all know this person super organized, and they have everything in folders, and even you look at their house and everything is in its place. Now this is a kind of automation or streamlining your processes, because it's going to save you time later on to go faster if you know where everything is and you have a clear process. So what
Yeah.
would you say is something that's just getting started they should be looking at? Someone who's already like having many clients, like a few clients, and what kind of systems or processes do you think they need?
Mm, that's interesting. So you know what, people come to me for help usually, apart from automations. So because automations is a very broad term, is help in that thing that you mentioned, is the organization, the structure. So even simple things, and this is, I also help with this, is figuring out how to schedule your social media posts, how to make sure that you have that calendar, that it's working for you, that it's showing you what's been posted when, etc. So I created something in Trello, for instance, for a client, where she can put information about how well each post did, and then have version of that post. And the Iconic Business Hub also has automation, social media automation built in. So people struggle in that area, the area of structure, folders, etc. Like that's the first thing that I think takes a lot of the headspace from you, because you don't even want to go there. You don't even want to go there if you know it's a mess in there. So perhaps just an hour, maybe 2 hours, to figure out what is going to be my folder structure. I know it sounds simple. But it is a start, and it is the start of thinking for the future. So, it's easy for me to create a document right now, save it somewhere, on my disk, and then think that I will find it in the future. No, I won't. I most likely will not find it unless I have a folder structure, right? So like this exercise helps you. I think it helps you think, about the processes. And then the processes, well, you got to see, what is it that I would take a look at? What is it that is actually working well for me? What am I doing well? If you're doing something well, then it's time to automate it, because it's already working. So you have a process. Maybe even if you don't see that process. So if your clients are super happy after they start working with you immediately, that means your onboarding is good. Okay. So let's automate it. Let's figure out what is the process behind it that is working so well, and let's put it into an automation. So, that's one approach,
Yeah, the thing is that you said something very important, and it is when you want to think of the future, what's going to happen later. But most people don't really know what's next. So people, and I did that as well, right? Like I just because I didn't want to ask. And then what you do is you think that you do the best you can now, but sometimes without thinking about what's going to happen in the future. And I think it's very important, because even if you're an experienced entrepreneur, like you cannot read the label when you are inside the bottle. So, having someone who can come to you and look at the picture and see what you're doing and give you some feedback from out the box, it's always important. And if you know someone who's gone through the steps that you're going at the moment, and they can give you some clarity on what's going to happen in the future, they can tell you, don't spend money on that and just put this money or this effort into something else that's going to help you later on. Don't buy this little tool now that is gonna, because later if you don't spend this little money now, it's going to cost you much more later on. And I think that's super important when it comes to maximizing your time. And also, people usually, when you start a business, you get super excited, you do everything, you're wearing all the hats, and it's fun, and you can do it. But after a while, you really want to pay close attention to the things that light you up and the things that you don't really want to do long term. Because when you're super excited about everything, you do everything in an excited way, but you want to definitely outsource or automate the things that you don't want to be doing day in and day out. And that could be admin stuff, that could be onboarding clients, that could be sending reminders or sending links to your current clients, whatever it is. If you could remove yourself from that part of the business that's sucking the life out of you, imagine what you could do and how much you could grow if you invested this time, money on something that you enjoy, even if it's going to the beach and recharge batteries, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That time, having the time gives you opportunities. You can either start working on another project. You can be bringing your bigger vision to mind, because this thing is already running on its own, and it gives you a lot of confidence. And again, like, people want to work with people. The kind of people that I work with, people who are more peaceful. This is the way this is the kind of person that I want to work with. Somebody who's looking for that peace. And the reason I want to work with people like that, and I only work with people like that, is because I think this makes the world a better place. If we're creating hassle, if we're creating just, action, and we're completely forgetting about, empathy for ourselves, respect for ourselves, respect for our own time, that's not going to lead the world to a good place. So we want to
Yeah.
be mindful of that.
Yeah.
We are not entrepreneurs. We are capable because we are creators.
Yeah, we can do it. But that's true. The thing is that we all say that their time is our most valuable asset, but I'm gonna say that that's not right. Your most valuable asset is the energy that you get to spend this time with. If
Yeah.
you have a lot of time and you're all day feeling that you're fucked, the time is gonna go slow. It's gonna be painful. But if you have full of energy, you communicate with people, you engage with other people want to work with you because you have this beautiful energy, then yes, your time is going to be well spent. But take, like, are you putting your energy, and what things you don't enjoy doing?
Mhm.
And this is the last live we do before next year. Well, think about that. 2023, make it instead of thinking about making more and money and stuff, like think about what things are gonna make you happy and give you that energy, because this is
Yeah.
what's gonna make you money. But don't
Yes.
focus on money. Focus on your well-being, your time, and your energy.
Yeah. And this is a long-term strategy. Money is a short-term strategy. It just lacks
Yeah.
some components that are crucial for, just nourishing
Yeah.
the soul, basically. Yeah. So as long as we're talking about 2023, I have another idea that you can connect and you can think about. I don't know if you've been using this method, but I have been using this method for planning the year for years, and it has been working wonderfully for me. So, some people make the New Year's resolutions, right? And then, they go to the gym, whatever, for like 3 months and they stop going, etc.
3 days.
I never was like a fan of that because it does have that kind of a push like energy. I do something else, and I recommend this with all my heart because it has been working for so many people that I know too. Is instead of doing the resolutions, just you choose a word for the year. You choose a word for the year, and usually the word finds you. So like you just don't start thinking about the word, because that's again you're going to be pushing into it. Just start listening. Just start listening to that word, and see what it brings. See how differently
Interesting.
you make decisions.
Yeah, totally.
Have you
Totally.
used this, Carlos? Have you used this method?
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's a good way to put it. Like, yeah, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. We get very excited, and then we do nothing. And most people, they enroll to the gym, they take action, they go running, and then for 2 weeks, and then they give up. So, I would say, think about who do you want to become, and if you will define it with the words that's going to define you, then great, because then the actions are going to come after that.
Yeah,
Good idea.
exactly. So simple. It is so simple. I love it.
So exciting stuff for next year. I know that you have a call in 4 minutes, so we're gonna be back probably a little bit later next time. And yeah, just wishing everyone a great end of the year and a fantastic 2023. If we don't see each other before that date. And Alex,
Yeah, have a fantastic time. If you're celebrating Christmas, have a great time with your families. A little bit. Remember to breathe. Remember to relax, and see what ideas come to your mind. Yeah, and if you wanna know more about the kind of work that we can do, you can just reach out either to me or to Carlos directly, and we can take it from there.
totally. You'll hear from us very soon. All right.
Thanks for
Happy
watching,
Friday.
guys. Happy Friday.
Thanks